Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see from the title, we have another story time. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Check out the rest of the content, and if you like the rest of the content, y'all already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. So boom, we're gonna get straight into this video. These neighbors were not so much my exact neighbors. These neighbors were neighbors that were, I think these neighbors, why am I looking at the door, looking out the window to see? I don't even remember. These neighbors were a house down. Like, they were a house down. These neighbors, even though they were not like our direct neighbors, they were very nice, and they've been to my house before for my brother's graduation. I told you guys, if you guys do not know, my dad, he's very friendly. So he likes to talk to everyone, honey. So he talks to them once in a while, like, you know, have a little conversation with the father, you know, just nice shit, nothing, you know, some slight, you know what I mean? I don't really talk to them. The most I would say is hi. I barely used to see the guy. I would mostly just see the woman, and I would just say hi to her, and that was it. But I cannot describe it. I don't know, maybe it's just, maybe I just don't really care for people like that. And I know that sounds so bad, but like, honestly speaking, I do not really care to get to know people like that. I don't know. I know that sounds very bad, but I just don't care. Like, I'd rather just say hi to you and keep it pushing. I don't care to get to know your name and anything. And that's how the wife was too. Like, she didn't really care to get to know us. Like, she just used to say hi and keep it pushing. And then, like, my brother, he would go over there and he would play with them once in a while. Like, if you guys do not know, I live in a cul-de-sac. They used to put the basketball goal up in the cul-de-sac because we, oh my god, y'all, my eyelashes are killing me. But basically, let's get back into the story time. My brother, he used to play basketball, so they used to put the goal in the middle of the cul-de-sac, and the kids used to play basketball. I don't know how many kids this woman has, but she has kids, but the kids are very young. The kids are like in 5th grade, 6th grade, like they're babies, right? But they do have like relatives that come over, and like the relatives have kids, and their kids are like 17, 16, 15-ish, like they're in high school, right? So they will play basketball with my brother at times, but throughout the years they will come and they will knock and ring the bell, and they'll be like, hey, like, can we, like, where's your brother at? If I would answer the door, if my dad would answer the door, they'll be like, where's your son at? We want to play basketball with him. And my dad would tell him, my dad would be like, hey, like, the kids that, mind you, these kids did not live in our neighborhood, but they will want to play basketball with my brother when they would come, you know, to the neighborhood, because, you know, their parents would come over. So my dad would tell my brother, like, hey, like, these boys, they want to play basketball with you. And throughout the years, my brother was like, nah, I'm good, I don't want to play basketball with them. Now, if you guys do not know, my brother is a basketball fiend. Like, he loves basketball, like one of his favorite, I think that's his only sport. Like, he loves basketball. He would never turn down a basketball match. So that was kind of a red flag, but like, I never really asked him anything of it. I was just like, maybe he just tired, or shit, maybe he don't want to play with them, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really care. So one day, mind you, this is when I'm still at school. Like, I'm not home yet, so I don't really see these kids that often anymore, because I will come home for the weekend every once in a day blue. So this was one of them weekends that I decided to come home real quick, like, you know, for the weekend, chill, and then head back to school, right? I probably went to go grab something to eat. It was the weekend, and I decided to come home, and I'm pulling in, I'm driving in, right? I'm driving in, the kids are playing basketball. Now, mind you, when the kids would play basketball, my other neighbors that, like, I'm cool with, their kids would come out and play basketball too. So it would be like a whole bunch of kids in that cul-de-sac playing basketball. So I have to always make sure that, like, you know, I drive carefully, because they'll be running all over the cul-de-sac. So I'm driving in, right? End up parking my car. I got my music on blast. I'm listening to, I think I was listening to NBA Youngboy at the time, right? I'm listening to an NBA Youngboy song. I'm trying to maneuver around the kids because they're running all over the cul-de-sac. So I'm trying to maneuver my car around them, slow down, not, you know, like, just doing regular shit. As I pull in, one of the boys, and we're gonna give him a name. We're gonna call him Booty Butt. Yeah, that's what his name is gonna be called. His name is gonna be called Booty Butt, because that's what he is. He a booty butt. So as I'm pulling in, and mind you, Booty Butt was the ringleader. As I'm pulling into the cul-de-sac, Booty Butt is like shaking his head, because you know, I'm playing NBA Youngboy. Now, Booty Butt was like the neighbor's nephew, or however you call it. Like his dad was their sibling, he was the neighbor's nephew basically. And Booty Butt was in high school. I think he was like 15 or 16. I'm not too sure. But mind you, I don't know none of this. I mind my business. I don't give a fuck who. Like everybody just needs to mind their own business, like how I mind mine, and we all gonna be cool, you know what I mean? Pulling in, I see Booty Butt and he like, yeah. So I giggle because, you know, I'm not really like, you know, I'm not mad or nothing. I don't care about stuff like that. Like, I'm, you know, shit, I'm on the ox. And if I'm on the ox, I expect people's head to bob, you know? So I wasn't really mad that he was doing that. But, you know, I was just like, okay, he does a little bit. I kind of like just seen from that moment, like, okay, he do a little too much. All right. So I end up parking the car and Booty Butt legit comes to my car, to my passenger side, and he's like, nah, don't play that song, play this, play that. Like he starts throwing a whole bunch of rappers out. He starts throwing a whole bunch of like singers. Like he just starts throwing like a whole bunch of different like rappers and singers that I should play. And like he started saying, don't play that NBA song, play this one, play this one. And I'm looking at him like, boy, I am at my destination. I am not DJ. I am not gold DJ. And that this is the Carter. No, I am not none of that. Like I am at the destination. I'm about to go inside the house. Game time is over, baby. So he's screaming at my car, telling me what to play this, play that, play that. I don't know whether he thought he was at a hall party, but you're not. You're in the cul-de-sac. I am done. Like this is it. That's it. Thank you for tuning in. So he's telling me to play all these songs and I'm ignoring him. I'm just like giggling. Like I'm not like laughing, but I'm just like, I'm like shaking my head and I'm ignoring him, right? End up like, you know, getting my stuff situated because I had a whole bunch of stuff with me. So I'm getting my shit situated. I'm still playing on my phone. I was on my phone texting. Like I don't know who I was texting, but I know that I was on my phone texting. So I'm trying to get everything situated. And as I'm trying to get everything situated, I hear a big thud. They end up hitting the basketball on my car door. So I rolled the window down and I'm like, hey y'all, be careful. Like, you know, don't knock out my windows, be careful. So the boy, he's like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. Play this, play that. So I'm like, okay, these kids kind of rowdy, you know. Mind you, at this time, I ain't even mad. I'm just looking like, so I end up putting the window back up and I'm like getting my shit together and stuff like that. And as I'm getting my shit together, the boy ends up coming to my driver's side. Mind you, at first the boy was on the passenger side. He ends up migrating to the driver's side. And he was like, hey, didn't I tell you to play? Who you talking to? Who is you talking to, sir? Like as soon as I'm talking about like energy. He was like, hey, and mind you, he at my door with it. Like when he said, hey, he hit my door. So he like, hey, didn't I tell you to play such and such? I forgot what he wanted me to play. But he was like, didn't I tell you to play such and such? Why you ain't playing it? And mind you, that's the type of vibe he came with. So I was just like, I'm at home. As you can see, I'm at home. I was like, okay, move from the car door. Like I'm telling him to move so I could get out, right? So I'm telling him, I'm like, all right, move from the car door so I can get out. I'm home. Like I'm not playing nothing. Like I'm so sorry about it. Like the fuck, like I'm home. So he like, nah, I told you to play such and such. You don't even listen to simple directions. A 16-year-old is telling me that I don't listen to simple directions. Bitch, I told you to move from the door. So it looks like you don't listen to simple directions as well. Okay? Move from the door. Who are you? At this time now, I'm beginning to get irritated because I just kind of feel like you doing too much. Like move from the door, like you doing way too much, right? When he says that, the other group of boys that he's with, which is his cousins, they come and they start circling my car door too. It was about 4 or 5 of them and they're like 16, 17, 15, like they range from that age, like 14 to 18 kind of. So they come, they're in front of my door and they're like, yeah, why you ain't listen to him when he talk? Like they're all yelling at my car door. I'm beginning to get annoyed. So I get my phone out. And mind you, they are so close to my door, y'all. It's not even funny. Like they're literally, their bodies are on my window, basically. I text my brother because I knew my brother was home because I seen his car in the driveway. And I texted my brother and I was like, I don't even remember what I texted him. But I basically was like, could you tell your friends? Because at the end of the day, I don't go here like, I'm home now, but before that, like, I don't be at home like that. I used to go to school. I would come home. Like, I don't know these guys. I don't know whether they're my brother's friends. I don't know nothing. I just know that sometimes my brother play basketball with them. So I told my brother straight up, I said, hey, could you come and get your friends or whoever? Like, could you come and get them from my door? Like, I'm trying to get inside the house. They're basically blocking me out from opening the door. And like, and stuff like that, right? So while that happens, mind you, I'm getting irritated, but I'm trying to compose myself because these are little kids at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So while I text that, the boy, the ringleader, booty butt, he sees me text my brother and he's like, she's snitching on us, she's snitching on us. But when he said she's snitching on us, he starts reading. When he said she's snitching on us, she's snitching on us, the boys in the back was like, what'd she say? And I still got my phone and I'm still texting my brother, and he basically reads my whole text message, y'all. That's how close he was to my door. He's read my whole like text message, everything verbatim. I was like, girl, who you telling it? And I guess he seen that I was texting my brother, so he starts basically saying he ain't gonna do shit, he ain't gonna do shit. He starts screaming like, he like, Alice, what his name ain't gonna do? He starts calling my brother's name. He like, what's his name ain't gonna do shit? And while he's talking, he ends up hitting my window, y'all. So now at this point I get irate. I get very irate because the way he hit my window, like all jokes aside, he could have dead ass broke my window. So at this point in time now, he hits my windows, the boys are laughing in the background, and he starts trying to open my car door, y'all. Like, he starts trying to open my car door. So he's opening my car door, mind you, I'm like, hey! So I start raising my voice because it's like, you doing too much, like, you doing way too much. So he's ranking on the door, he's ranking on the door and stuff. So I'm like, hey! Because the way he was pulling my door, y'all, you ever had somebody try to open your door so hard, but they couldn't get it to the point where the door go boom, like it makes that noise. So he's yanking it, goes it's going good, like, so I said, hey, and mind you, so then he ends up going to the front of my car and he ends up punching, like, he takes his fist and he punched my headlights. He punches my headlights. So at this point, y'all, I'm heated. Mind you, when he's doing that, there's still other boys surrounding my car and laughing, and they're like, you know, like just doing childish little kitty ass high school shit. But it's like, this is the thing, you are damaging my property doing high school kitty childish shit. Like, I don't care that you're a kid, like, you're grown enough to know not to be on people's car, touching people's property. Like, y'all are in high school, y'all are not babies, you know what I mean? So at this point I get very irate and I'm calling my brother, he not picking up the phone. I'm getting so angry, y'all. Like, when I tell you I'm getting so angry, I'm getting so angry. My brother, he finally picks up the phone and I was like, hey, you need to come and get your friends. And my brother low-key pissed me off because I forgot what he said to me, but like, he basically was like, what you want me to do about it? Bitch, I want you to fly in like Batman and save the day. You closer to their age than I am. I'm telling you to come and get these niggas, because if I come and get these niggas, it's gonna be an issue. People gonna be mad if I deal with them. That's why I'm telling you to come and get them. What you mean? What you want me to do? Like, bro, come and get these type shit. He finally come downstairs, and when he came downstairs, mind you, at this time that he's still not downstairs, they're still pulling on my door, they're banging on my window, I'm screaming at them, they're laughing. And one of the boys, because mind you, I had the window down a little bit, because when the boy first came to my car, I put it down a little to hear what he was saying when he was like, hey, didn't I tell you to play da da da? My brother ends up coming out, and before my brother came out, one of the boys, not booty butt, one of the boys, he was a light-skinned little biracial boy. He makes a comment saying, would you smash that? And I'm just looking like, what's going on? So when he makes the comment and he's like, would you hit that? He points at me, booty butt, like, boy, hell nah. And they start laughing, like all of them start laughing. Mind you, I heard the conversation, and then the boy was like, boy, stop capping, you know you'll fuck her, you know you'll fuck her. Like, that's how they start talking about me. And now at this point, y'all, I'm angry. Like, I kind of felt like I was back in high school again. I felt violated. I didn't know whether to be angry or not angry, because I'm like, these are high schoolers, but then again, I'm like, they're grown enough to know that what they're doing is very, very disrespectful. So it doesn't matter whether they're high schoolers or not. Like, they know what they're doing is not right? So my brother ends up coming out and he's like, hey, y'all need to get from the door. Y'all need to get from the door. Like, he gets mad. So of course, like what childish high school boys do, when my brother come out, they start, like, you know, running around the cul-de-sac and they're laughing, and then they start talking to my brother. They trying to be friendly to him. They like, oh, hey, like, you know, and then they start like trying to be funny. They talking about, like, when they got far away from my brother, they talking about some, oh, boy ain't gonna do nothing, like basically saying my brother not gonna do nothing. And they like, you weak. They calling me weak. They're like, you weak, you calling your little brother, like, ain't you supposed to be a grown-ass woman, like, da-da-da, like. So now I'm heated, right? I'm heated. So I get out the car, I'm on one. I'm on one. When I get out the car, I'm like, yeah, get your parents out here. Like, I'm on one. Like, I was ready to slap a kid. I kid you not, I was ready to slap a kid. I'm like, where's your parents at? Where's your parents at? So the dad just so happened, my brother, I didn't want to go inside the garage. Mind you, their garage is open. Their garage is open, but all the adults are inside the house. I made my brother go inside the garage because, like I said, my brother was cool with them. He used to be, like, you know, in their house sometimes. So I'm like, you go in, because if I go in, it's going to be a problem. So my brother, he goes inside the garage and he goes to go inside the house, but the dad just so happened to be coming out the house with another guy. I think it was like one of the boys' dads. So they just so happened to come out. Mind you, when they see my brother walking up towards the garage like little, you know, childish high school kids do, they start running away. They start acting like they were playing basketball the whole time. But at this point in time, I'm angry because it's like, y'all could have damaged my car doing that bullshit. And then on top of that, y'all are disrespectful as fuck. Y'all are over here talking about who wants to fuck me. We got Booty Butt talking about something. He would never tap that. First of all, Booty Butt, your small dick can't get past my cheeks. Like, let's just call it what it is. I'm a grown woman. Like, what are you even talking about? You don't want to hit that. Like, boy, first of all, what makes you think that I would touch you? Like, you're a child. Like, ugh. Like, even me thinking about this shit makes me disgusted, right? I'm all types of angry, right? So my brother, he goes up to the dad and he's like, look, he was like, I don't know what it is, but he just gives them the rundown. He was like, they were bothering my sister. They almost damaged my sister's car. But the thing is, my brother didn't really know like the full spin off of what happened. So I interrupted him. And mind you, when I interrupted him, I'm on one. Like, I'm mad. I'm on level 10 type shit. Like, I'm like, look, I said, I don't know what's wrong with these kids, but you need to get your kids. And I was like, you need to get these kids. Da, da, da. I didn't say your kids. I said, you need to get these kids. And so not the dad, not the man of the house, but the other guy, the guy's actual kids, he ends up speaking up and he's like, what did they do? So I was like, so I didn't feel like getting into like the full synopsis of what they did, but I basically was just like, they're knocking at my door, that they almost busted my windows. I was like, Booty Butt, I don't know whose kid is that. I said, but Booty Butt punched my headlights out, and they were pulling at my car door. They almost broke my handle the way they were pulling because they were trying to get inside my car, but I had my car door locked. So they kept pulling at it or whatnot. I'm giving him the whole synopsis. This man looks me dead in my eyes, y'all. Mind you, I'm mad, but I'm not yelling at this time. Like, I'm kind of like this. I'm like, look, y'all need to get y'all kids. That's the type of vibe I'm on. This man looks me dead in my eyes and says, even if they broke anything, you think we can't afford it? Bitch! Even me telling this story right now is making me so angry, y'all. This shit just happened too, like a couple of months ago. Me telling this story is making me so mad all over again. So y'all, I took off. I said, I don't give a fuck. Like, I went off on him. So now at this point in time, all the kids that was like playing at my door, they're just looking. The babies are looking. My neighbors over there, their parents came out. Their parents just so happened to be pulling in when it happened. So the African parents are staring at me. Their kids are staring at me. Everybody's staring at me because I'm mad now. Because it's like, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm over here telling you that your kids was hitting my windows out. And the main thing that you have to tell me is that you can afford to pay for a window. Bitch, do you think I can't afford to pay for a window? That's not the fucking point. The point is control your little nasty, ugly ass kids and put them in a place and stop having them acting like chicken heads with their motherfucking heads cut off. What do you mean that you can afford it? Like, it's a fucking window. I hope you can afford it. So I went off on him. I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you can afford. Fuck what you talking about, nigga. Like, I started getting mad because it's like, now I want the pressure type shit. Now I want the pressure. And the thing is, I was pissed at the kids, but I was still trying to act like an adult because those were kids. Even though, me personally, I feel like those were not kids. Like, if y'all grown enough to be playing with people's car, all jokes aside, like, you can really get your head blown off in Houston for playing with somebody's car door right in front of them. So people want to tell my son that you can still pay. That's not the point. The point is, you should have at the very least apologized on behalf of your kids and said that they will never do that again, because they gonna play with the wrong motherfucker car and somebody gonna blow their head off. Because the problem with these high school kids is these high school kids always trying to impress impress their friends, always trying to like, you know, bully people, impress their friends and shit, not knowing that somebody would really fuck you up for trying to play with that car. So I went off on him, mind you. I'm clapping my hand and I was like, fuck what you talking about? Like, I'm like this at his head. So the dad, the one who actually lived in that house, he's like that. And his friend is looking at me like, so I walked off. So I called my parents because my parents were not home. I'm like, man, I'm finna tear some shit up type shit. Like, I'm getting very angry. Like, I'm finna fight somebody type. Somebody got to get fought tonight. I called my mom and I end up telling I called my dad and I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Mind you, I'm in my house now at this point. I'm in my room. I'm in this room. So I'm going off. I'm telling him what happened, but like, he don't really hear what happened because I'm screaming. So my mom, he's like, well, we gonna call you back. We had a scene. So my mom calls me back and she like, what's the issue? So I end up telling her everything that happened, like from beginning, like how I told y'all. My mom like, all right, yeah, we're pulling up. Yeah, they get home. My mom called me. She like, we here, come outside. So my dad, he ends up going to talk to them because, like I said, my dad, he cordial with them, right? So he tell my mom, he like, let me go talk to them and see what happened. At the time now, it looks like the wife of that house, she wasn't home when everything happened. She pulled up afterwards, and it looks like the boys basically like lied and told her like a whole different story. Basically, from what I heard, they basically told her that they were just trying to get me to, I pulled in, I was playing loud music. They liked the song that I was playing. They requested for me to play another song, and I said no. They asked again, and I got mad and I started cursing them out. That's basically the story they told her. So at this point in time, when I walked outside, by this point in time, my dad, he's talking to the wife and he's talking to the husband. And the rest of the family members, like the other people that pulled up to the house, they're in the background. Like, they're not really close by. They're at the car and they're kind of like talking amongst each other, right? So as I'm pulling up, my dad, he's like, I don't even understand why y'all would even allow y'all like kids to play with people's car like that. Like, you know, he talking to them. As I'm pulling up, the wife, she was like, the husband, he was like, what happened? He asked me what happened, because when I told them what happened the first time, I didn't really give them like a full rundown of what happened. All I said was, they're playing with my car and they almost busted my windows out. And then the man went and said, well, we could pay for that, this and that. And that's when everything escalated. So the man himself don't even know what fully happened. So I'm talking to the husband and I'm telling the husband, I'm trying to tell him the full story. I was only able to get to the point where the boy asked me to play another NBA Youngboy song. So at this point in time, mind you, these are Africans. These are Africans, might I add. So at this point in time, the wife, she cuts me off. And she was like, let me tell you something. Bitch, you don't gotta tell. Bitch, I'll punch you in your... Oh! I know people say, oh, when I just see red. When I get mad, I see red. Bitch, I don't see no colors. I don't see no colors. But let me tell you something. I try my best not to get heated, because when I get to that level, it's very hard to bring me back down. Like, when I get to that level, anybody can get it type shit. She talking about some, let me tell you something. Mind you, when she said it, she's stepping up closer to me. So I put my hands up. Who do you think you are? I don't care that you're an elder. I don't care. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you think you are, but I'm about to show you who you are. So I say, you walking up. You walking up. Like, I start getting, because who the fuck, first of all, you were not here. I don't know what your raggedy ass kids told you, but it's a lie. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you pressing like that? Like, for real. I was like, you walking up. You walking up. Like, I start putting my hands up to get ready to fight, because you're not gonna pull up on me to myself. Let me tell you something. And mind you, she mad. Like, she didn't say, oh, let me tell you. No, she was like, first of all, let me tell you something. Nah, we can fight type shit. Like, we could fight type. Time my dad, he's like, no, you know my dad, y'all already know, if y'all heard my story times with my dad, he don't like shit like that. So he's like, no, he's like, don't do that, no. And I was like, nah, I told my dad straight up, I'm like, get the fuck off of me type shit. Like, get off of me. Like, I'm finna hit this hoe. He pushing me back. I'm like, nah, don't push me back. My brother, he tried to hold my hand. I went like, nah, cause it's like, y'all kids is disrespectful as fuck, and y'all are all sitting here taking up for y'all raggedy ass kids. I don't care, bro. Like, if your kids is wrong, your kids is wrong. And if you don't feel like your kids is wrong, then me and you just gonna have to fight it out, because bitch, I can't touch your kids, but bitch, I can touch you. My dad, he's trying to push me away. My brother, he keeps trying to hold my hand. And she starts screaming and she was like, you think they didn't tell me what you did? You think they didn't tell me what you did? I said, I don't give a fuck what they did. What you talking about? Like, I was so angry, y'all. Like, I don't care what they told you what I did. You're about to get this pressure. You're about to get this action. I don't care what they told you what I did. So I took my fist and I swung. Right when I swung, my dad, he jerked me all the way back to the point where I couldn't hit her face. Mind you, throughout this whole time, one thing about my mom, she know I be chilling. So she don't like when people play with me. Like, she just don't. So when the situation happened, my mom sat in the car. And my mom was like, I'm going to sit in the car because if I come out, I'm going to hit this hoe. That's how my mom felt too, because she kind of felt like y'all all sitting up here taking up for y'all kids. Like, my mom kind of felt like, just as much as y'all want to protect y'all kids, I'm gonna protect mine as well too. My mom know I won't lie about nothing like that. Like, these are high schoolers. Why would y'all even be taking high schoolers' side? Y'all know high schoolers are very childish. They like to lie. They like to manipulate situations. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. What the fuck do I look like fighting with high schoolers? Like, come on. Boys at that, like, come on now. So my mom, she's in the car the whole time, but when she sees me swing, she gets out the car. So mind you, my mom, she's in her high heels because my mom and my dad, they just came from an African party. So my mom is walking up and the lady is basically screaming, basically everything that I told you guys that the kids told her is what she was repeating back to me. And so my mom, I don't even remember what she said to the lady, but my mom walked up and she went off on the lady. So mind you, the lady's husband was there. She's trying to pull her away. The lady's brother was there too. So he's trying to pull her away. And my mom went AWOL. My mom was like, I don't even remember what she said. But my mom basically said that she would slap her. That's basically what my mom told her. Y'all, I find it real funny that when my mom came out the car and checked her, why the lady simmered down. Oh, yeah, you thought you was finna punk me, but you didn't know my mom was finna check your ass. You thought you was finna punk me because before my mom came out, even when I threw my hands up and I tried to punch her, she was low-key trying to charge at me to hit me too. But when my mom came out, she on muted, she backing up and shit. The fuck is you backing up for? You didn't think it was gonna get critical like that. Yeah, it's about to get real critical. I don't care. I will act a fool, act a clown in this bitch. Like, I'm already on 10 type shit. You was not home. You not finna come and tell me what happened, bitch. I seen what happened. The fuck? Bitch, I was in what happened. I'm so sorry I'm cursing in this story time, but this story time makes me so angry, y'all. So at this point in time, my mom, I can't even tell y'all what she said, but she went off on the lady. She was calling her all type of bitches and hoes. And my mom told her straight up, she said, put your hand up towards my daughter again, I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you. Like, she basically said that. She was like, put your hands up towards my daughter and I will hit you. Like, she was like, don't play with me. Like, she was like, don't play with me. Like, she was like, just as much as you trying to protect yours, I'm trying to protect mine. And my mom basically was like, control your raggedy ass kids. And it's that type of serious. So her brother starts yelling. Her brother is yelling. So I start yelling back at him because you're not gonna be yelling at me like you've lost your mind. So at this point in time, their family, remember I told you their family is down the street, so their family is like looking at us and they're screaming her name, basically saying it's not worth it. So you know me, I'm petty. I'm like, yeah. I was like, let her know. I am so childish. Like, they're like, let's say her name Elizabeth, right? They're like, Elizabeth, it's not worth it. Come over here. Come over. I'm like, yeah. I'm screaming at the family. I'm like, yeah, let her know. Let her know. Let her know. Like, I'm on one type shit. Like, I'm charged up. I'm on 100%. I'm ready to go. Let her know that it's not worth it. I said, let her know. Let her know. I said, because any one of us will whoop your ass. I told her that. I said, any one of us will whoop your ass. Either my mom or me, bitch. So my mom, she was like, yeah. My mom, she funny. So the lady, she walking off. Her brother is pushing her back over there towards the family. So she quiet, she mumbling shit. The kids, their kids, the 5th and 6th graders, they come out and they're like, don't talk to our mommy like that. Bitch, you lucky, bitch. Mommy about to get a whooping. Bitch, you better go inside the house and warm up some popcorn because mommy about to get a certified ass whooping. You over here talking about don't talk to our mommy like that. Bitch, we about to beat your mama up. So me, I went off. I was like, take your raggedy asses inside. I don't care. I just kind of feel like you disrespecting me. I'm about to disrespect the whole fucking bloodline. I was like, take your raggedy asses inside. Take your raggedy asses. I'm screaming. And my mom's like, yeah. And my mom was like, look at who you're raising. You're raising hoodlums. Look at these hoodlums. Look at these hoodlums. Like, we yelling at sixth graders. We yelling at sixth graders, y'all. And the thing is, I never wanted it to get to that level, but it's like she forced it. Like, she escalated a situation for what? So we screaming, I'm yelling at her, and I'm like, yeah, bitch, I knew I never liked you. I'm talking about, because like I said, I never really talked to the lady, but I was never really too fond of her. Like, something in my spirit never really fully connected to her, right? I was like, yeah, bitch, I knew I never liked you. Mind you, she's trying to act like she don't hear me. Like, she quiet. And that's how I said, African aunties really be trying to punk kids. I'm not the type of kid that you can punk. I'm not the type of, I really wish an African auntie would tell me to my face that I'm fat, because that's the number one thing that they like to say. They like to be like, oh my God, you've got it so big. You need to lose weight. I really wish an African auntie would tell me that, because I'm gonna put them in their place. The most they do is they go and they tell my parents that shit, and my parents check them, but I really want them to come and tell me that shit, because African aunties really feel like they can bully. You can not bully me, bitch. It's really funny how you was trying to fight me, but when my mom got out the car, you on mute. And mind you, while she walking away, she talking about some, yeah, it's not worth it. Bitch, it was worth it 5 seconds ago. What changed? And I don't know why you was scared of my mom. You should have been scared of me, because I'm gonna really whoop your shit. I'm really gonna whoop your shit. Because when I came out there with my wig off. I was ready to fight type shit. You need to be scared of both of us. Don't pick and choose, because baby, just as much as you think my mom is about it, I am too. So my dad, he's like, no. He's pushing me away, like pushing me towards the house and shit. My brother, he like, man, it ain't worth it. So my brother, we mind you, at this time, we all get in our house, right? So, and mind you, and I was like, and I told her, I was like, and don't bring them raggedy ass kids around here again. I said, I slap all them niggas. I told her that. So we get in the house, right? And my brother like, yeah, my brother was like, this is one of the main reasons why I stopped playing basketball with them. Guys, long story short, mind you, if y'all know my brother is one of the like coolest people that you could be around. Like me, I be on rah-rah, I be on go. I'm like, it doesn't take much to get me mad. But my brother, he different. Like, it takes a lot to get my brother angry. He is very calm. Like, he is very calm. He's a Gemini. And like, you know, he just has 2 different personalities. But even the bad side of his personality is not that bad. Like, he gets moody at times. But like, he's not an angry person. You know what I mean? For my brother to say that he don't want to mess with them, that lets you know like how annoyed he is with them. But basically, long story short, my brother said that he had to stop playing basketball with them because they continuously would do things to make him angry while they would play basketball. He said there would be times they would trip him and he would fall. And then he said when he wanted to fight them, they would run away, like just childish shit, like bullying, just always bothering him. Like he said, he basically said that they took the fun out of playing basketball, and he said they run in that pack mentality. So he stopped going around them too. And I said it makes sense, because every time they would come to the door to ask for my brother and my dad would say he don't want to play, they would never leave the door. They'll be like, why? But they didn't want my brother to play basketball with my brother. They wanted my brother to come out to play so they could bully him, torment him, like just bother him. And then when he would get angry and he would try to fight one of them, they would run away laughing, or they'll run inside the house. Like, it was just very childish. And so my brother was just like, he just altogether just stopped playing with them because he was always angry every time he would play basketball with them. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that's really the story time. She ain't never said nothing to me. She don't look at me no more, and I don't look at her. Like, bitch, I don't even want to look at you anyways. But she don't say nothing to me, and I don't say nothing to her. I seen her one time, and I looked her up and down like, what you trying to do type shit, because it's shit, the offer is still on the table. You can take it or leave it. So that's it. That's the story time. I've never seen the kids after that, and even if they do come, they don't play basketball. I told her I don't want those kids playing basketball with our goalie, because it's our goalie that they were using to do all that bullshit. They would literally go get our basketball goal and set it up. Like, no, like, y'all play basketball on y'all thing. Y'all don't come. Y'all not gonna be playing basketball near my house no more. No, because y'all have already taken away the privileges of doing that when your raggedy ass kids decided that they was gonna come and do beatbox on my fucking car. That's the story time. That's pretty much it. And this shit just happened And moral of the story is, y'all really need to get y'all children. Black people need to get their children, just in general. I cannot stand parents who make excuses for their kids. I cannot stand parents who never hold their kids accountable for anything. I cannot stand parents who never like let their kids take responsibility for anything. I hate those type of parents, and if you are that type of parent, please change, because your kid is going to end up growing up and torturing people. So change. Okay, y'all, that's the story time about my name. I don't even know what I'm gonna name this story time, but I hope and pray that you guys like the story. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.